Now, it should come across as obvious to anyone with a little bit of common sense, and while it is to the Toronto Police Association, as we'll talk about in this video, but not to the Liberals in government. Criminals don't obey gun laws. Now, Justin Trudeau has come out after 2 years of banning handguns, patting himself on the back, all proud about this. And of course, the Toronto Police Association has come out railing against him, amongst others. But we're going to focus on that one today. But before we get into that, I wanted to point out that govt.exe is corrupt. Said on Twitter, he pointed this out, the price of silver has broken out to the upside and could challenge its all-time high of $50 next year. Now, is that because silver is unbelievably more valuable today than it ever was? No, it's about the same. It's just that our dollars aren't valuable. And if you trust the Bank of Canada, who just made a promise to print more money by lowering interest rates, yeah, this is the way they're going.
The bank is committed to maintaining price stability for Canadians and keeping inflation close to the 2% target.
Which means they're committed to printing more money. They're printing more liquidity, pumping it into the marketplace. What does that mean? It means your savings are dwindling. They're going to evaporate into thin air. And this is why the price of silver is going up, and the price of gold, obviously. Now, of course, if you are buying gold and silver, remember, it is GST exempt in Canada. There's not generally GST on silver bullion in Canada. Gold and silver bullion falls into the definition of precious metals in Canada. What is that? Money, real money. So they can't tax it. That's by law in Canada. So go over to our friends at New World Precious Metals. Get your hands on some of that. You can have it stored in their facility, or you can have it delivered right to your house. This is a great service. I recommend it to all the followers of this channel. You can grab, pause the screen right here, get a screen grab afterwards, hit this QR code, it'll take you right over there, or hit the link in the description down below. Now, what was Justin Trudeau bragging about? He was bragging on Twitter 2 days ago today. We froze the handgun market and stopped handguns from being bought, sold, or transferred anywhere in Canada. We choose your safety over the gun lobby every time. Really, is it your safety that they're worried about? Because guess what? You're only going after people who abide by the laws. If you make a new law that says handguns can't be bought or sold, well, who are the only people to abide by this law? Law-abiding citizens. This is crazy to think that criminals even care what Justin Trudeau has to say about guns. It's not, and the point being is it's not going to reduce the amount of guns out on the streets, because you guessed it, guns still exist, and they will still exist forever. Of course, everybody in the comments saying you're a clown. Caliber here saying, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't stop. You didn't care about our safety here. You only stopped licensed gun owners from being able to buy or sell handguns. And the licensed gun owners aren't the ones committing crimes with their registered guns. You're literally going after the wrong people, absolutely going after the wrong people. And the Toronto Police Association came out against Trudeau in this, saying, criminals did not get your message, Justin Trudeau. Our communities are experiencing a 45% increase in shootings and a 62% increase in gun-related homicides compared to this time last year. What difference does your handgun ban make when 85% of the guns seized by our members can be sourced to the United States? Your statement is out of touch with and offensive to victims of crime and police officers everywhere. Whatever you think you've done to improve community safety, it has not worked. And absolutely it's not worked. It's amazing, because at the same time as, banning law-abiding citizens from having guns, he's made bail reforms that have completely allowed for these violent criminals to just be let out again and again and again. You commit a crime, go through the revolving door of our judicial system, where you go in the door and you come back out the same day to go out and commit the same crimes again and again and again and again. Even CTV News is reporting on this and talking about how the Toronto Police Association is not buying it. They're not having it. And that's about it.
A pretty bold statement.
Yeah, absolutely. I think our members are absolutely fed up with the Prime Minister. To be honest, it's lip service. He knows that it doesn't impact the crime in this city.
Our request for a response from the Prime Minister's staff was answered by the Minister of Public Safety's office, who wrote in part that the government has given law enforcement more resources to crack down on ghost guns and increased criminal sentences for gun traffickers.
Watch what they do. Here's the goalpost. Let's move them over here. Why are we talking about ghost guns? Those, what they call ghost guns, this is a political term. Ghost guns, guns that are not registered guns that have not been registered. They never will be registered. Maybe they possibly can't be registered because they were 3D printed, stuff like that. A spoiler, they've never been legal in Canada. They've never been legal in Canada, but they're shifting the goalpost.
The ghost guns, that is our biggest issue right now.
Ghost guns are untraceable firearms, in some cases assembled from separate parts, or even created using 3D printer technology. A retired RCMP major crime investigator believes Canada's handgun ban may help, but it won't solve the deadly issue.
We have to start focusing on the new technology and the way of smuggling them in.
When asked if the Toronto Police...
So this doesn't address, the response from the government is not to address what was being stated by the Toronto Police Association. And this is why things get so absolutely frustrating to people who are paying attention to what's happening, because you're not addressing the point. The point is that they're going after law-abiding citizens, and it's crazy because even the gun lobby, the big bad gun lobby, as they point out, is sharing even CCFR, which is a great organization, by the way, and I think you should go subscribe to their YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description down below. And they're guess what? They're saving, they're protecting the rights of Canadians, law-abiding citizens, and not only that, you guessed it, the police to be able to carry firearms. If it was up to Justin Trudeau's government, the police would be running around with billy bats. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that, you know, we live in a society where guns exist and people aren't allowed to protect themselves or even own these just the mental gymnastics that you have to go to even see what their point is. Nonetheless, again, the media even jumping on this, and CCFR sharing a video of mine in their shorts, pointing out exactly that none of these laws are helping the situation at all. Let's not go after law-abiding citizens in the province. The new restrictions that have come in are limiting what legally you can own. What they're showing here has always been illegal. All of these criminals with firearms have always been illegal. The changes to the law have not affected the legality of the criminals that have been bringing in guns. And of course, this is a misnomer when they start showing clips of this stuff in response to what John Rustad was saying. They're going after legal firearms owners. Let's not. That's right. They're going after legal firearms owners, and that's what I was pointing out in this video. Of course, this was in response to what the media was saying about what John Rustad. We were not going to find out until next week. It could be the premier of British Columbia. We don't know yet, but what he was saying was he wasn't going to honor he wasn't going to put police resources from British Columbia into a federal law to go after law-abiding citizens. They made it, the media turned it into a thing of him saying that they're not gonna, he's not gonna police actual gun laws that are on the books. No, these are all gun laws that are already on the books. But at the end of the day, what is the recommendation from the Toronto Police Association? What are they saying here?
The most important thing is to keep repeat violent offenders in custody.
2 years ago this week, the Canadian government put a freeze on the sale of handguns.
It is no longer legal to buy, sell, or transfer a handgun.
That's right. We need to keep criminals off the streets. When people commit crimes, we need to get them off the streets, and we need to keep them off the streets. This is the way around it. The Liberal government has gone completely the wrong way. They are going after law-abiding citizens that are doing nothing wrong, going after the property that they've acquired legally, the stuff that they own legally, and making them criminals in their own homes, instead of going after criminals that are committing crimes in real time. They'll release them so they can go out and do it again. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. I want to know what you have to say about all of this, about gun crimes. Are you a gun owner in Canada? Are you a law-abiding citizen that has been turned into a criminal overnight by these bans from Justin Trudeau? Let me know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.